The plot thickens when it comes to Jarrell Miller and his excessive drugs use. The plot doesn't only thicken, there's a massive twist in the tale. So when he got caught taking every single drug under the fucking sun, everyone was speculating and talking. Oh, is he going to be banned for a year? Should he be banned for 2 years? Should he be banned for 3 years? Should he be banned for life? Should he be banned for 5 years? Should he? How much should he be fined? What sort of punishment should be given to Jarrell Miller? Well, it seems like there will be no punishment. I'll explain. Mike Coppinger, our American friend, tweeted this. News. Much speculation around Jarrell Miller's potential suspension after three PEDs found in the system. Well, he allowed his boxing license to expire in New York. This is a quote from the New York State Athletic Commission. No disciplinary action can be taken at the moment as he is not currently licensed with New York State Athletic Commission. That means Big Baby is free to apply for a license anywhere, and it will be up to that individual commission whether they want to license him. Had his license been active, New York State Athletic Commission could have imposed a ban other commissions would have honoured. This is the single biggest reason why performance enhancing drugs is a massive, big problem in America compared to the UK. And this isn't like an anti-American fucking point that I'm making. It's just a fact. And I'll explain why. If you're a boxer in the UK, you're licensed through the British Board of Boxing Control. And they govern the entire UK. And because they govern the entire UK, they've got a partnership with UCAD, UK Anti-Doping, who have the license and freedom to go around and randomly test British fighters. It's similar to the deal that UFC have with USADA. Whereas in America, as you can see from this news regarding Jarrell Miller, excuse me, because they don't have one overarching commission, each individual territory has their own commission, such as California State Athletic Commission, New York State Athletic Commission, Nevada, because that's a big area. Vegas is a big fight city, so Nevada have their own commission. Because each territory have their own commission, fighters find themselves in this funny sort of no man's land. So if you're a fighter, you can only really expect to be tested while you're quote unquote in competition. Now, what does in competition mean? Well, depending on each commission, it means a different thing. I'll explain. Some commissions believe in competition means the day before the fight and on the day of the fight. So they'll piss test you the day before or before the fight, like the day of the fight, and then they'll test you again after the fight. Now, if you fail that drugs test, you are the most dumbest person that God ever created. Right? If you can't manage to piss clean on a day that you know that you're going to get tested on fight day, then you deserve to be banned just through the fact that you're fucking stupid. Other commissions say you're in competition as soon as you receive your license to fight in their area, right? So say Jarrell Miller applied for his boxing license with New York State Athletic Commission on, I don't know, May the 5th. And they licensed him on May the 5th. From May the 5th up until June the 1st, they might say that's in competition. So they might knock on your door and randomly piss test you. But they won't, and I'll tell you why they won't, because it costs money and the promoters won't invest in the commission to go and do that work. So even though that is kind of quote unquote in competition, they're only going to test you the bare minimum, which is on the day of the fight, before and after you have your fight. So these Americans, and not just Americans, we're talking about people. There's a lot of speculation around people like Luis Ortiz. Did he not take this fight with Joshua because he's trying to cycle off? There's a lot of kind of actual logical you can't say evidence because it's not factual, but there's a lot of historical data, I suppose is the best way of saying it, with the way fighters have got caught previously in MMA with the UFC, that this goes on quite a lot. Fighters use performance enhancing drugs year round, and as soon as they, there's any thought or any potential of them being scheduled for a fight, they'll slowly cycle off. And what concerns me is the potential that no one is officially gonna give Big Baby Miller a suspension, a fine, a punishment, and he'll just sit on the sidelines for 6 months, 9 months, and he'll quietly re-emerge in some smaller state with a smaller commission. I don't know fucking the geography of the United States, but he'll end up in fucking Minnesota or Oregon, or these are just random places in America that I just learned watching wrestling, when their Raw would start and they'd be, "We're live in Nebraska," and basically I'm just trying to name random shitty, not shitty, they're not, no state is shitty, but random places in America that aren't known as fight places. And he will re-emerge in 6 months, 9 months, a year or whatever, take a fight in that location, and then slowly but surely he'll just come back into the fold. There's a big possibility of that. There's way around these things. It happened in the UK. Now, I just spent the beginning of the video talking about the British Board of Boxing Control and how great they are with regards to drugs testing. But who remembers when they banned Derek Chisora for the big fight that him and David Haye had in the press conference that Chisora was having after his fight with Klitschko, and the British Board of Boxing Control banned Chisora. So Frank Warren got licensed by the Board of Boxing Control in fucking Luxembourg, even though the fight was here in England. Both fighters were licensed through Luxembourg, and the British Board of Boxing Control couldn't do anything about it. So there is a way that Jarrell Miller could potentially be back in the ring within a year. And the only reason that might be the case is how badly combat sports are governed and controlled in the United States of America. Put your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Don't be scared to hit the like button. Don't be scared to subscribe. Don't be scared to share. And I'll catch you on the next one.